You're going to need a marker, so I'm using a pencil. You're going to need scissors and your tape measure. And for this, I'm using this fabric. One side is navy blue and the other is pink. And it's a heavy material. You need a heavy material for this coat. Or, yeah, you can use a lighter one, but I'm using a heavy one. So, fold it in half, then you fold it again to have 4 parts, like you would fold a circle skirt. So you fold it, and for me I'm using a radius of 24 inches so that it is long enough to reach like my knee area. So of course you're going to measure a radius of 24 all round from like the corner of the folds, and then cut through the line. If you can be able to cut like all the 4 layers, that's okay, but my scissors are small, so I had to cut like 1 layer at a time after some time, so there's no problem doing that as long as you have a straight curve at the end of the day. Yeah, after this you're going to unfold the fabric so that it's now just folded in half, and you are going to measure the flap. You can measure like the length you want for your flap. So I wanted like a bigger flap, and I decided to use 17 inches for the flap. So you will just mark at the 17 mark if you want exactly like mine, and then from the mark you will measure your shoulder measurements, half shoulder measurements, which for me is 7 because my shoulder measurement is 14, and then you'll mark your armhole from there. My armhole measurement is 9 inches, so you'll measure vertically 9 inches from the 7-inch mark you had made from the center back. And after measuring this, of course, you're going to slit it through to create the armhole. If you want, you can carve it out or in a little bit, depending like on your comfort. If you want your armhole to be a bit bigger, you can create a curve with it. And next I'm going to make the belt that can tie on, you can tie on your coat. And this is not, just take any remainder of the fabric and cut a strip. Mine is about 3 inches in width, so you can just cut it through, and there you have your coat. No sewing required, of course, but as you can see, I hemmed mine just a bit on the edges. But if you use a fabric that does not fray, you do not have to hem this coat. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please try it out, especially if you have interesting fabrics like this one. Subscribe.